A new look at the Tek Bow. Flyers enabled on Genesis Part 2. And what else is coming to the last official map? You're right, kids, it's Raz Clark and welcome to your regular ARK community news. Before we begin, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, share around, and let's get into it. So Wildcard graced us with another teaser of another thing coming to Genesis Part 2. The Tek Bow. Interestingly not called the Federation Bow, whereby we're understanding that Federation is potentially a new tier. I did a video on that before, go check it out, link in the description, but this looks pretty damn epic. We saw this before in the Extra Life stream last year, but now we get an up close and personal look at how epic this is certainly looking. As the devs say, gone are the days of remembering to bring every arrow type for the hunt, including a unique explosive arrow. The Federation issue Tek Bow materializes any arrow instantly and uses electromagnetism to shoot them at blinding velocities, meaning that this thing won't require you bringing multiple arrow types out in the wild. Instead, it will craft your chosen arrow of choice. So I'm assuming this thing is going to be fed with elements that you'll then be able to use to craft the arrow that you want. With my guess being this unique explosive arrow will perhaps take more element than the other arrows. The devs have gone on record to say that this thing will shoot as fast and hard as a bullet, meaning you won't get that drop that you've seen with previous bows like the compound bow or the standard bow. This thing is going to shoot far and wide and could be a real game changer, especially in PvP. I've already seen so many people concerned with aimbots and this particular weapon. It appears it might be able to do some serious damage. And what's worth thinking about, up until now arrows aren't detected by turrets, but if this thing has the ability to shoot explosive arrows, are turrets going to be able to target them? I hope so, or we're going to see many raided bases in very quick succession. We can see the bow is being wielded by a female survivor wearing the Federation armor. And credit to Fuego who uses these assets to create these particular pictures, as he's done a stellar job at putting this one together. We can see of course we're shooting a Shadow Main. As you might know, the Shadow Main comes in two flavours, male and female. Both are apparently going to look somewhat different, and so far we've only seen the male form. Although in my opinion this doesn't look quite similar to the Shadow Mains we've seen before, other people have confirmed it's certainly the male variant due to the frills in the bottom right hand corner of the picture. And I hope we get to see what the female version looks like soon. Once again, we see this ominous plant in the background that we've seen in prominent focal positions on pictures before, alluding that these plants must have some importance. What that is, besides our theories that it might be the plant boss we see in the trailer, we don't know, but Wildcard seems intent on including this in each picture, so it must serve some relevance, and I can't wait to find out what this means and see what they're going to drop next. So it's being confirmed by Jat, the senior product manager of ARK. Everybody rejoice, flyers are definitely enabled on Genesis Part 2. I know coming from Genesis Part 1 there were a lot of concerns on if we were going to be able to use flyers on this map, and it's now being confirmed by the devs, including a big reason. It's a big map, and when they mean big, they mean really big. If you don't know, Wildcard have gone on record to say this is going to be their biggest map ever. And just how big is this going to be? We know so far, set on this ship, it's going to consist of at least 5 biomes. We've got the Eden Zone, the Tech Trenches, Rockwell's Garden, Rockwell's Innards, and a possible Lunar Zone that the Void Wyrm has been teased in. Whether this is an area outside of the ship, we don't know yet. But being set up to be the biggest map we've ever seen, I can't wait to see how big these biomes are really going to be, and how they're going to interact with each other. The devs have acknowledged that we didn't like the split teleporting between biomes of Genesis Part 1, and they go on to say they haven't revealed any of the Genesis variants yet other than what was shown previously. Of course, a big thing that you're all excited for, as per the poll outcome last week. If you didn't catch that, I'll drop a link in the description. Genesis 2 is not too far away now, 26th of May, it's coming round quick, and I can't wait to see what's revealed next. And finally, a shout out to Gumbo, who alluded to a few things within the ARK dev kit. The ARK dev kit, if you don't know what that is, it's an extensive program filled with so many assets that people use to create mods. And whilst Gumbo did dig up a few gems, including the Steampunk tier, of course that went on to be the Steampunk mod, which I've not heard much about in recent times. It's a very polished mod, including a wealth of assets and a new way of playing ARK. Gumbo also showed me a net gun of sorts, a gun that would shoot a net that I guess that might have been used to trap creatures, that perhaps went on to be this new Tek pistol we talked about in our previous video. But the one thing that Gumbo did dig up that I find very interesting is this Tek mosa. It's no secret that the mosa is one thing a lot of people want to see some TLC love, as judged by my top 10 TLC video, link in the description, and we've seen a variety of Tek creatures over the years. So is it a stretch to think that perhaps in Genesis Part 2 there's a possibility we might see Tek variants of some of the old hat creatures? It's an easy win, especially in the case of the Tek mosa, of course already possessing a bionic skin you can equip it with. In fact, of all of the bionic costumes we've had in the past, the mosa is the only one we haven't seen an actual Tek variant of. The Giga sort of qualifies, as you can see them in Genesis Part 1, and you can actually code them in to be wild on unofficial servers, which in fact was my very first big ARK discovery video. So there stands a good possibility we could be seeing Tek mosas in Genesis Part 2. It is just a theory, nothing confirmed, but there's not long left to wait. 26th of May, it's coming. And I'm sure you're all counting down the days, including myself, which I will be covering in depth as we get closer and closer, as well of course as covering everything I can on it. So without further ado, my name's Ras Clark. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And as always, peace out.